Today I'm heading inland to explore a little bit further, but this route turns out to take a lot longer than I expected. It's going to be 30 kilometres of unknown sandy trails. The plan was simple, to put everything I'd been learning into practice. I've been watching hours of videos on how to ride off-road, but there's a massive difference between watching a screen and doing it in real life. And after a few near-offs, the reality of this ride quickly becomes real. And with that sun starting to drop, my skills and my confidence are going to get put to the test. I've got to make it back out of here before it gets dark.
It's hard because the sun's casting a lot of shadows. Okay, it's fairly hard. Little patches of soft sand. And I nearly lost it then, waving at that guy. Do I want to go down here?
Now that was a lesson learned. The sand doesn't care about how nice I am, and it definitely doesn't care about what skills I think I might have just learned. I'm going to have to pay better attention, or this is going to be one short trip.
Oh, you take your eye off the road for 1 second. Sun is low.
And as you can see, the glare from that sun is making it really hard to see what's happening ahead.
Okay, we're all good. Bit of a hill, but it's so hard. A few ruts. I'll just power through that. So I've been watching a bunch of videos about riding terrain like this, and yeah, it's definitely a skill set that I don't have, and to be honest with you, I don't like this low sun. It's making it quite hard to see things. So we've got a few ruts here. Oh, the bike's just chilling. It's me that's not chilling. The bike is more than capable here. Now the tyres I've got on are road tyres, so that's the only thing that's making me a little nervous. About doing this route. I wanted an adventure. Okay, we're getting into deeper sand now, so I definitely don't want to slow down. Just to ease the bike through. Shit. Yeah, I'll put my feet down. Oh my god.
Now that didn't look too bad on camera, but I nearly dropped that bike then. I mean, really nearly dropped it. And now I'm really starting to doubt whether I should have come down here, because that's 2 near-offs in less than 10 minutes.
And that just goes to show how crap I am at riding on this sort of terrain. I mean, how much worse can it get, eh? Although this, I know for some is nothing. Some of you are probably watching this laughing at me. And I'm alright with that. Now I know there's a native community up here. It's one of the reasons I chose this road.
Now what's making me cautious is I don't know what road lies ahead, and I've already seen a bunch of deep ruts and deep sand.
Now do I want to go wide? Thing is, if a car or something comes around here,
Now I didn't go wide because of all that deep sand, but that's left me in a vulnerable position for any oncoming traffic.
Straight into the sun now. Is this a combination of bad choices? Okay, sat nav saying 200 meters sharp right.
And that's one of the downsides to only having a sat-nav in your helmet and no visual display, because you're not quite sure if it's telling you the right way to go, and you don't know how long you've got until your destination.
So I may take a sharp right. Okay. Now there's obviously a lot of traffic that does come down this road because the sand is hard. Oh shit, I tell you what though, it's not hard there though, is it? Okay.
I'm getting a pretty good idea now of how much sand both me and the tyres are comfortable going into.
Let this old guy fast. I'm in the wrong channel. Sorry, Bo. He's probably thinking, what the hell is this guy doing? See how he had knobbly tyres on. And I am definitely taking an off-road course. I've got a bit of a steep hill, still a steep hill here. Should be fine. A lot of strange looks. You don't get a lot of foreigners around here, especially on a bike like this. Just ease the power up. Alpha, hey! Now if I could speak more Portuguese, I'd stop and talk to these kids. Just take it easy. It's easy to get overconfident and then before you know it, you're hitting sand. There's a few off-road schools around North Wales, and in springtime I'm definitely going to do one. If anyone fancies going on that with me, give me a shout and we'll book that in.
And if you're enjoying today's video, please hit that hype button, the like button, and if you want to see more content like this, then please do subscribe.
Into the jungle.
Now those guys, they didn't give me a friendly look. And although I feel pretty safe out here, I'm also aware that robberies do happen.
This looks a lot deeper. There we go again, squirming about, having to put my feet down. I don't like that. I'm pretty sure I want to just be powering through it. Is that right? Back brake. Don't want to be getting too quick. Okay.
And the truth is, after putting my feet down again for a third time, I'm really scared of dropping this bike.
He's just showing me how it's done there. He'll have been riding this road the whole life. Just feel the bike squirming around underneath me. And it's alright, the bike's nice and balanced. Just try to keep steady throttle. keep the weight on the back tyre, not grip bars too tight. Little river. Right, let's get up here. Stay wide. Surface is good. We've got some ruts. Not too worried about them. Through the middle. Stay right.
And with the light starting to fade and having no idea how far was still to go, I better get a move on and get out of here before dark.
I should be practicing standing. It's one thing I've never really done. I've always ridden sports tourers, so I think I'll use some of this opportunity to stand up, as long as the vision's clear. I'll do it here. Over. Oh, little tree. So let's see on the ball of the foot. Okay, turn left in 200 meters. So let me know in the comments, through the deeper sand, should I be standing? Will that give the bike a bit more stability? Grip with your legs, isn't it? Grip onto the tank with your knees and lighten the grip of your hands. Now this is a very strange thing to be doing. Bent knees, bent arms. It does feel fairly planted though. And it's just beautiful. I don't know if the camera's doing it justice, but it's just so peaceful out here. Sun's dropping quick. I do not want to be here in this road on the dark. I'm gonna keep standing because this is the way to do it, isn't it? Oh, I'm gonna be stuck behind these trucks. Definitely don't want to be sitting behind him now for the rest of this road. Think he'll let me past? Yeah, he saw me. I would love to just have the confidence to just open the bike up along here. The ground's fairly solid. There are patches, you can see them.
And that's the dilemma. I don't know how long's left on this road, so I've got to speed up to get out of here before dark. But then I don't want to get caught out and end up coming off the bike.
That sun is dropping fast. It feels nice to be on some road that's firm, getting a little bit of speed up and just enjoying that wind in the face, because although the sun's setting, it's still 28 degrees. So I'm now a little bit against time to get out of here before it gets dark. I'll be glad when I see tarmac again. I'll be honest with you. This has been good though. This has been a great experience. These boys loving the bike. I mean, they're just chilling. They've been riding this stuff their whole life. And there's the tarmac.
And with only a few minutes of light left, I could finally relax and just enjoy the rest of that beautiful sunset. Join me next time as I adventure up the coast to see the most easterly point in all of South America.